Hello, welcome to another lecture. In this lesson, we are going to be working on how to do our exploded animation. So to start, let's go into motion study. And to do an exploded animation, you always have to have an exploded view in your valve, in your assembly before you can do it. And from when we were working in the assembly for this valve, we have created an exploded view for this valve. So now we can now do an exploded animation for it, because you can't do an exploded animation without having the exploded view. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. Make sure you have your exploded view. So now when we go into the animation wizard, we can see this explode view is on. So we'll click this explode view and click next. And the duration of the duration of the explode view, let's select, we want it to explode the exploded view to last 10 seconds, and we want it to start at 0, and we'll click finish. So now SolidWorks has automatically add those keyframes for the different steps in our exploded view. So if I just click, before we do that, let's right click and press disable playback of view keys. So if I click play, we can see that our valve is exploding, and all those part is exploding, which is the steps we did in our assembly when we were working on the assembly. So the next thing we need to do is we can just add a camera. So let's come down to the lights camera and right click, add a new camera, and just move the target. Like I said, the first one is the target. The target is pretty much anywhere you want it. So let's select something. We can select that and we can zoom in, and maybe for that selection we can select something so it's center, something like that. So I'm just showing you, so we really don't need and if you want to add your part, you can also add your part to it. So for this, you can move this, and you can also use this gizmo to drag it back and forth. So I can use it to move it left and right, back and forth. So it's a good way to control your, so we have something like that. So we'll click OK. So let's play again, and we see our assembly is rotating. We might have to work on our target. So let's right click on the camera properties, and for the target, let's select the body. No, let's just I'm looking for something. Let's delete that body. I'm looking for a view that is under that shows the entire explode view. So maybe I won't select anything, I'll just leave it somewhere right here, and I will click OK. So if I play that again, and our camera is moving because and I'm glad this is happening. See, my timeline was on the 10th second when I edited my camera, but if I go back to my first camera, as you can see, my camera's position is different from the camera at 0 seconds and at 10 seconds. So what I can do is right click, copy that keyframe, and make sure the timeline is on this, and we'll right click and we'll press paste. So now my camera is the same. So when I play that again, now you can see that everything is falling under, the view is falling under my explode view the way I want. So that is pretty much how you do an exploded view, and we can save it again. We'll save it to you can name it explode view. So this is the option where you can select different type of file format. We'll render it as Microsoft AVI, and the renderer, if you have Photo View 360 option will be available under the renderer. And for our custom camera, we can select 16:9, and we want to render it at 25 frames per second, and we'll click save, and we'll click full frames uncompressed and click OK. And the next thing we want to do is recalculate yes. So now our animation is saving, and it takes time for it to save. And if you're actually rendering it in Photo View 360, it would actually even take much longer to render. So once this is done, I will show you what it looks like. Just a second. It takes time. It takes a little bit of time for it to render. It's almost done. Last one. There you go. So if I browse to my file location and click on my explode view, there goes the animation. Anyway, thank you guys, and that is how you do your explode animation in SolidWorks. Thank you, and I will see you in the next lecture. Bye.